everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. My name is Rachel. Today we're going to go through a few hip openers. So to get started, we're going to make our way into child's pose. So I want you to bring your knees out nice and wide on your mat. Your big toes can be lightly touching. You're going to try and sit down towards your heels and then resting your forehead on the mat, or if your head doesn't want to touch the mat, you can use a pillow or a block as a little pillow. And then just reaching your arms above your head. And just taking a few breaths here in child's pose. So if you notice that your hips are coming up really high away from your heels, that's completely fine as well. You could take a pillow and stick a pillow between your butt and your legs if that makes this more comfortable for you. Just softening through your shoulders a little bit more, closing the eyes, finding your breath, just feeling the breath, slowing everything down. So I want you to stay for about 3 more full cycles of breath in child's pose. Keep lowering those hips down towards your heels. Resting your forehead on your mat or on your block. Just bringing some length towards the spine. And then nice and slowly with an inhale, you can start to lift your head, lifting your chest all the way up. We're going to come into a seated position, so you can just scooch forward on your mat. I'm just going to turn to the side. But we're going to bring the soles of our feet together and our knees out nice and wide. So I don't care how close your heels are towards your hips. I want you to sit nice and tall here. So you can place your hands on your knees, sit nice and tall, nice long spine here. From here, if you would like to start to tip forward, maybe take this a little bit further into the hips, you can start to tip forward. Maybe resting your hands in front of you or keep them on your knees. And again, keep a nice long spine to start. Take a few breaths. If you're hanging onto your feet, just be nice and gentle. Not going too far just yet. Still warming up. Just finding the breath, maybe closing your eyes if you're comfortable. So if you are folding forward any amount, we're just going to come back up. We're going to sit nice and tall. And I want you to slide those feet a little bit further away from you. So make that diamond shape a little bit bigger. Still have your feet together and your knees out wide though. Take an inhale, sitting nice and tall. And exhale, tip it forward a little bit. Keeping the spine nice and long. Maybe bringing your hands to the floor, the mat. Just keeping the chest nice and proud, avoid rounding through the spine just yet. You might feel this a little bit different. May have left your hips and maybe moved down your legs. Maybe you're still getting all hip. Just another breath. Inhale and exhale. With an inhale, start to lift yourself back up out of that forward fold. Slide those heels as close to your hips as you can get them. Knees are out nice and wide. So now your hips might be, or your heels might be super close that you need your hands behind you to sit really tall, or to your knees to sit really tall. But that diamond is the smallest that it has been today. And then start to tip forward. You might be pushing your feet together a little bit more than you were in the first 2 variations. But just Relaxing the upper body, still keeping the chest nice and proud. Just feeling the breath. Again, if you are hanging on to your feet, some people love to hang on to their feet. Just be gentle. Try to let gravity just pull the chest down. You're still going to feel something even if you're not forcing it. Nice, you guys. So with an inhale, start to lift yourself back up. We're going to slide our legs out nice and long, so I'm just going to turn again so that I'm on my mat. And we're going to lay down on our back. So as you come to lay down, you're going to you're going to pull your right knee in towards your chest. And you're just going to hug your knee into your chest. It might even be coming to the outside of your upper body a little bit or right to the chest, doesn't matter. You're just squeezing that knee. You can keep your left leg as it is, bent, foot planted, or you could straighten that leg out nice and long. So I want you to try to relax your feet here. If some people like to flex their feet, I'm one of those people. Just relax the ankles, the feet. The only thing that's really working here are your arms to just bring that knee in towards your chest. So you may be feeling this through the right hip, the glute, maybe the quad. You might not be feeling a whole lot. That's okay too. If you do want to take this one further, you're just going to wrap your forearms around your shin, hang onto your elbows, and then lay it back down. So you're just hugging that knee in a little bit tighter. Just soften the breath. Let's take one more inhale and exhale. We're going to start to release that knee. Keep a hold of it though. If your left leg is still bent, I want you to straighten it out long. We're going to pull our knee across our body for a twist. So you could use that left hand to pull your knee across. Your right hip's lifting up off the mat. Try to stack it on top of the left hip. Once you've got that knee over as far as it wants to go, I want you to adjust your shoulders. See if you can keep that right shoulder planted. You might need to reach that arm out to the side. You can even turn your chin to the right shoulder. We're just relaxing into this twist, using that left hand just to keep your knee as low as it can go. So using your next inhale and start to come back. You can lift the knee, lay flat on your back, and then hug your knee into your chest one last time before you let it go. So we're going to go to the other side. So your left knee is coming into the chest, hanging onto your shin or maybe even the back of your quad, whatever allows you to bring your knee closest towards you. Option 2, straighten that right leg out long. And then maybe you are wanting to wrap those forearms around your shin and hang onto your elbows. Noticing if this side feels different than the other side. It does for me. My left hip has always been a little bit tighter than the right hip. I'm just letting those ankles relax, those toes relax. Just breathing soft. Staying for one more breath. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. Starting to release that knee. Straightening the left leg if you haven't already. And pulling your knee across your body for the twist. So that left hip's lifting all the way up. Trying your best to adjust the shoulders so that they're both touching your mat. Maybe reaching the left arm out to the side. And just hanging onto your knee just to keep it down. Twisting, option to turn the chin to the left shoulder this time. So using your next inhale, let's start to lift that knee all the way back up. Lay flat on your back and hug that knee into your chest one last time. So we're going to let go of that left knee. We're going to bring the right knee back into the chest. So hugging that knee in. So this time I want you to actually pull the knee to the outside of your body a little bit. So if your knee was going to touch the floor or touch your chest, it would touch the floor instead. So you're going to hang onto that knee, but just encouraging out to the side a little bit. From here, you could straighten that left leg again, up to you. And to take this one further, we're coming into a half a happy baby. So maybe this is enough for you. You're just hanging onto your shin or your knee and pulling it to the outside of your body. If you want to come with me though, you're going to start to reach for your foot. I like to hang on to the outside of my foot. And from here, your knee might be able to go out a little bit further to the side of your mat. And if you can stack your ankle over top of your knee, you're going to feel it a little bit more. And that way you can actually gently encourage that knee to the floor beside you. So half a happy baby. Just relaxing into it, feeling that through the right hip, the glute, the quad, all that good stuff. Just a few more breaths on this side. Just gently encouraging that knee to the floor beside you. Whether you've just got your knee or you're hanging onto your foot, doesn't matter. And if you do have your foot right now, you can start to let it go. Everybody, pull that knee back to the middle of your mat. Hug it in, rock it out, and then start to release. So we're going to bring our left knee into the chest, and then let it fall out to the side a little bit. So if your knee was going to hit the floor, it could, if you were that flexible. Maybe straightening that right leg out long. Stay here or try to reach for your foot. So you can probably see it a little better on this side. Half a happy baby, if you know what a half happy baby is. So gently encouraging this knee towards the floor beside you, and maybe stacking this foot, this ankle over top of your knee if you can get it there. But if you're feeling an awesome stretch wherever that leg may be, stay, breathe. So if you have your foot, you can start to let go. Everybody can pull that knee back to the middle of your mat, hug it in one last time, and then release it out long. So we're just going to plant our feet, walk your feet together, and let your knees fall out nice and wide. So make a diamond shape with your legs. Just relaxing those hips. You might feel this a lot. You might not feel much. And just take a few moments, letting those knees fall out to the side. Relaxing your toes. Breathe. So nice and slowly. Bring your hands to the outside of your legs and just help those knees back together. Little windshield wiper, keeping the low back planted and just letting your knees rock from side to side here. All right, from here, when you're feeling good, you can cross your right foot over top of your left knee. Maybe you're keeping your left foot planted, or maybe you're starting to lift that foot off the mat to bring your legs closer towards your chest. So thread the needle. You're going to place your right arm through that hole that your legs are making and wrap that left hand behind your quad. You could also hang onto your shin. I like to hang onto the back of my quad, and just to encourage my legs towards my chest. So in this one, if you want to flex those feet, feel free to flex the feet. I like to flex my feet in this one. And you're just encouraging those legs towards your chest, feeling that right glute, that hip, that quad. And you're just relaxing your head and your shoulders on the mat. And then an option would be to add some ankle circles to that left foot, that may be in the air. You could add some ankle circles, do a couple in each direction. And just for a few more breaths here, hug those legs in just a touch closer. And then you can start to let go. Bring that left foot down if it was in the air. Uncross your legs. Let's go to the other side. So left foot is crossing over the right knee. Maybe your right foot's staying planted. Maybe you're lifting it up a little bit, a little more, a lot. Up to you, you guys. Hang on to the back of that leg if you're able. Feel what you feel. Just relaxing into this. Close your eyes if that feels good. Feeling that stretch through that whole outer left leg. And then maybe adding those ankle circles if you'd like. Just a few in each direction. Just bringing those legs just a little bit closer for the last few breaths. Really feeling that glute in that hip. And then slowly releasing. So bringing that right foot all the way down, uncross your legs. A little bit of a windshield wiper, so let the knees fall just back and forth. And then if you want to bring your knees all the way into your chest, you could rock back and forth here as well. So you're either going to roll over to one side or rock forwards, but we're going to come all the way back up. I want you to find your hands and find your knees. Bringing your knees out nice and wide, big toes together, dropping the hips down towards the heels, reaching your arms above your head, taking one last child's pose. So dropping the forehead, dropping the chest. And taking one more inhale. One more exhale. And then slowly start to make your way up, or feel free to stay in your child's pose just a little bit longer. That's it for today, you guys. I hope your hips are feeling nice and open now. Enjoy the rest of your day, and until next time, namaste.